Good morning, my friend. It's Heather Dunlop here. And what I want to ask you about today and share with you is the question, what helps you feel safe? You see, I understand that safety is so important to those of us who've experienced sexual assault or domestic violence, because in that moment or that period of time that it was happening, we were not safe. We were emotionally abused. We were physically abused or beaten. Our bodies were violated. And we are left with a feeling that nothing is safe. We're not safe in our homes. We don't feel safe out in public. We don't feel safe in our workspace. We don't feel safe driving. Like there's so many areas of life where that then becomes the question of, am I ever going to feel safe again? And I'm tired of living in fear of it happening again. So, one of the things that we get to do when we transform to living our lives as a thriving woman is to create safety within our environment and within our space and within our mind, right? One of the biggest things we do is work on the beliefs that brought about that feeling of unsafety, of not feeling safe. The beliefs that keep popping up that saying, this isn't safe, go back. And we get into that fight, flight, or freeze mode. And that continues for years. It can go on for many, many years if we never address it, right? It can be 5 years after the abusive experience. You've gotten free from it, and yet you still don't feel safe. It can be 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road. It can be that you're out with friends and all of a sudden there's a noise or you hear a certain voice and it triggers you. And you're in that fight, flight, or freeze mode because you don't feel safe. And what we get to do when we work together is to transform into living the life of a thriving woman. And for me, one of the core things about living a thriving life is feeling safe. We get to create safety in our minds so that when we hear that voice, we know that it's not that person or the persons that did that to us in the past. It's somebody else. And we don't transfer that fear from what happened with that person to this other person who's a complete stranger. We actually start to trust our instincts again, where when we meet someone and our gut says this person is someone that we can trust and someone we want to get to know, we don't step back and go into that fear mode and that feeling of not being safe and push them away, right? And when our guts come up and say, oh my gosh, instinct, instinct, warning, 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 we actually pay attention to the warning. Can you imagine that? Paying attention to those red flags that come up and not ignoring them because of what we experienced in the past or falling into those old traps that put us in a position that was not safe for us. And we actually get to trust our instincts when it comes up and say, yes, my gut is right. And my gut's telling me this one is safe and this one is not. So you know what? I'm going to stay away from this one and I'm going to go over here because this one's safe. And we get to build that trust in our mind and bring back what actually is safe, because hiding from the world is not safety. It's actually doing more damage, because blaming others for what someone did to us, that's not safe. That's just transferring, and that's not who we are. Because going into survival mode with our finances and actually living paycheck to paycheck is not safe. We get to build up our bank accounts. We get to create steady flows of income when we're living in thriving mode. And the core to thriving is feeling safe. So if you want to go deeper on this, I'm going to put a comment down below. You can comment the word transform, or you can send me a direct message with the word transform. And let's have a conversation and let's take this to the next level for you And let's define what safety feels like to you. What does it mean to you, right? Because as individuals, I might find something safe and you might say, oh no, 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 not for me. Or you might find something safe and I might not, right? Because we're different individuals and we all got here on our own paths. So we get to work together to put together what it means for you to feel safe and what will help you feel safe in your mind, in your home, in your workspace, when you're out driving in the car, when you're out with friends, when you go out to a restaurant, because it's important. Your safety matters. And when you feel safe, then you get to expand and live your thriving life. So comment the word transform down below or send me a direct message with the word transform and let's have a conversation, just you and me. And let's take this to the next level. This is Heather Dunlop. Always remember, you have strength within you.